It's a red-hot evening that finally proves that this really is a summer sport as the Super League season starts to hot up. It's the first of the double header between these two sides, with the first instalment here at Headingley, while the next part of it comes next week at Rudd Rapid Solicitors Stadium. The Wildcats are without Paul Sykes and Dean Collis after their injuries in the match against Widnes, so the Wildcats will line up then with Richie Mathers at fullback, on the wings Peter Fox and Ben Cockayne. Rhys Lynn comes in the centres alongside Lee Smith. Danny Washbrook moves to standoff with Tim Smith at scrum half. Justin Poore and Kyle Amor are the prop forwards, with Paul Ayton in at hooker. The second row is made up of Frankie Mariano and Danny Kermond, and Kyle Trout comes in at loose forward. On the bench, Andy Raleigh, Ali Lawatiti, Ollie Wilkes and Matty Weald. Here we go then, 2 games in a week that will go a long way towards defining the end of the season for both these two sides. Excellent crowd at Headingley as always. He just has to take the tackle and head to the carpet as quickly as possible to avoid being dragged out of bounds. Comes across for Clarkson now. Leeds 20 metres again from the Wakefield line. Can they turn their what's been largely dominance in terms of possession in this first half into something here? But they can, I think. Ben Jones-Bishop will go in the corner for the first try of the game. The Rhinos moving the ball well across the line. The Wildcats too stretched on that right-hand edge from Watkins as Washbrook gathers the pass in. Here comes Smith for Trout, great run. Kyle Trout, did he back himself? The youngsters, he's just brought down just short of the line. One tackle left, Wilkes is there at dummy half, finds Smith. Smith tries to dab it through, it's blocked out. And Ollie Wilkes will pick it up, it's back to 6, saves the referee. And Wakefield have possession back inside the 20. It looked like Kyle Trout, it looked like he just lost a bit of confidence as he tried to race through. Didn't quite have the pace to get away from Hardacre. But the Wildcats still have an opportunity to get themselves back on level terms. Here comes Trout again. Thumps into the defensive line and spins his way down to the 10-metre mark. Ayton for Mathers. Mathers tries to come back inside, but Rhinos again there waiting for him. Ayton wanders across at dummy half, checks both ways, comes out to the back for Smith. Smith on again for Kermond, who tries to spin away from the tackle on the last. Wildcat still 5 metres short. Off it comes for Smith, who will dab the kick through, looking for Cockayne. It just bounces up over the top of him. It comes back off Ben Jones-Bishop. It's still bobbling around. There's Wildcats there in numbers. Has Andy Raleigh got a touch on it? Yes, he has, and Andy Raleigh is given the try. The ball bobbling around all over the place behind the sticks. And Andy Raleigh was finally the one to drop on it. Comes for Ablett. Can Ablett get through? No, he can't. He's dropped on his back a metre short of the line, but the Rhinos still have a couple of tackles to spare here. McShane will come across for Burrow. Burrow whips it away again. It's kicked up by Sutcliffe. High kick onto that far side for Ben Jones-Bishop, who catches it and puts it down for the try. Cockayne and Lynn look at each other. Ben Jones-Bishop gets his second try of this first half and puts Leeds back in front. Just gets his ankles tapped though by Singleton. Comes across again here. Here comes Lawatiti trying to get the offload. Gets it away for Ayton. Ayton for Smith. Smith will try and dab it through. He's looking for Washbrook, who gets his hands to it but can't bring it down. So come across again here with Sutcliffe. Passes a little bit behind Delaney, but he does manage to get it away for Burrow. Burrow Leeds have got a 2-on-1 on the far side. Moon gets away from the tackle of Fox, and Joel Moon will go in the corner to give us the first try of the second half, and it comes to the home side. They've been threatening it for long enough, the Rhinos, particularly in this second half, as Ayton takes it forward again. He's thumped down though outside the 10-metre line. Wieldy comes left for Smith. Smith will find Lawatiti. Can Lawatiti get over the line? He can! Ali Lawatiti breaks away from the tackle, shorts round his ankles, but still manages to get over the line. And the Wildcats are back in the game. And the former Rhinos man, Ali Lawatiti, he was lauded by the crowd before the game. They'll not be happy with him now. Keeps it in hand. McShane comes in at dummy half. Not the best pass, but Delaney manages to scoop it up off the floor. And on the last, the Rhinos are 6 or 7 metres short of the Wakefield line. Off comes McShane. Burrow will put the kick up over onto the far side. Fox rises, drops it on. It's dropped into the hands of a Leeds player on the far side, just trying to see who it is who's got the touchdown. It's Ryan Hall who puts the ball down, and that could be the clincher. Peter Fox looked to have risen highest to take it, but it slipped out of his fingers. Finishes off tonight. Short kick-off taken. Cockayne races away. He's over the 20. Needs some support. He'll just spread it out towards Mariano, trying to do anything he can to keep the play moving here. 2.5 minutes left, but 8 points between the sides. Surely too much. As Trout straightens up, Wildcats need a miracle. We're still going here as Poor drives inside 10 metres. Leeds defending on their own line already. Wildcats clock against them as well as everything else. Up comes Mariano. Mariano's over the line. Has he got it down? Has Frankie Mariano scored? Yes, he has. And the Wildcats are still in it with 2 minutes left to go. Lee Smith snatches the ball off him. And will take this right down to the wire with the kick. As Hardacre will thump the ball as far as he can without putting it out of play. Oh, and it's fumbled by Tim Smith. Out of play. And that will be your lot, unless he can just dab it 10 metres. But obviously the Rhinos are waiting for it. He'll have to put the short kick up here. And Wakefield will have to come down with it as Reece Lynn knocks it backwards. Was it knocked forward? Surely looked backwards, but the referee says it was knocked on, and so head and feed will go to Leeds and the clock will tick down. And he's taken down eventually just short of the line. 10 seconds left to go, and McShane will try and burrow over, and that will just about run the clock down. One more play the ball. Rhinos just have to play it, and that will be the end of things. It's picked up by Peacock. Peacock takes the tackle, and the Rhinos will take the 2 points by just 2 points in the end in what was a dramatic finish here at Headingley. The Wakefield have come up agonisingly short here, but they will take heart into the next game next Friday. They know Leeds are beatable on this evidence. The Leeds Rhinos 20, the Wakefield Trinity Wildcats 18.